Yeah, it's CC, CEO. Wanna change your life? Come see me, yo. I'ma teach you how to build up wealth for your family, not just for yourself. I'm a bestseller, a house flipper, a businesswoman, a go-getter, a big investor, a gold builder. I can teach you to get richer like millions, baby. You really about to fill your savings. You about to have multiple streams to pass your children, baby. Let me teach you to get your credit on track in the long run. You'll make it all back at Catalyst and watch it all psychology black-owned firm, but we ain't all black.
What's up, everybody? What is this? Thursday. Oh my God, I didn't come live yesterday. Happy Thursday to my friends and my family. The Grow Your Money podcast is where we talk about how to grow your money and not blow your money, because you blow your money ain't damn thing funny. What's up, everybody? What's happening? Come on in, my friends. Come on in. We got a lot to talk about. I want to have a conversation with you, and I apologize to those of you who are always so faithful in coming live. What's up, Miss Lovely JR? Coming with me every morning. You know, I love to talk to you. I love to talk back to you and talk black to you. You know, was that Tuesday? I wasn't feeling great. After this, I had, maybe it was jet lag. I don't know what it was, but I was exhausted and I felt like my body was breaking down. And Tuesday night, I went to sleep and I could not get up and my body was hurting and stuff. So I wanted to relax on Wednesday. So I attempted to relax, y'all. I really did. Oh, I wish I had my thing. Let me see no, I don't have it. It's too late. I attempted to relax. Let me show y'all. And then I just couldn't help myself. I'm gonna show y'all something. I'm gonna show you what I ended up doing yesterday after attempting to relax, after not coming live. I got up out. I was gonna try to relax. I tried. I really did. I was gonna try to relax, but it doesn't always work. Let me show y'all my I don't think I could show my story while I'm live.
A go-getter, a big investor, a gold builder.
Nah, I can't.
I could teach you to get richer like millions.
I can't show my story. Hold on. Let me show y'all what I ended up doing yesterday. Tiara said we should just call you Contractor Constance, because I have this little area in my house. It's kind of like, it's a mud room. And I purchased a house. It's a fixer. It needs a lot of work, y'all. And so I've been doing work myself. And so I did the floors in the kitchen the other day. The other day, I just decided that this one Sunday, I decided I was going to do the floors. Let me see if I got a picture in here. Yeah. I did the floors in the kitchen. Boom. Look at it. All by myself. Did that. Ooh, I did that. And so then yesterday, as I was going to try to relax and take the day off because my body was aching and I just wasn't feeling well. And, they just had that show on Fly Nubian Money about the lady who died from exhaustion. I was like, I need to sit my ass down. I'm a woman of a certain age. I'm damn near 50. I'm 49 years old. Sit down and relax. And I couldn't even. And so this is what my little mudroom area was looking like yesterday. Boom, right? And so then I laid down the floors all by myself. Yeah. With two trifling ass sons in the room. And only reason why. And we about to do. So as soon as I get off here, we about to start a whole nother room. My son's going to do that. So we about to be pulling up carpet and he going to be doing that. But that's what I ended up doing yesterday. As I was trying to relax, I ended up doing my floor in the little mud room. So I'm going to have my son pull up the carpet so we can do that front room. And then I'm going to finish my laundry room and get that done. What y'all do? What's that? What's up, Booker? Anyway, love when you talk back to me, talk black to me. Also, what's up, Todd? Where you at, Todd? You still where? You waiting on me? What's happening? What's crack-a-lacking? So all the Black-owned businesses, make sure that you put your business in the comments, because we want to make sure that people are that we're recognizing you and that we're patronizing you, all of that good stuff. So I want to make sure that we're because what we're talking about today, I think, is important. Around Black-owned businesses. What we're seeing that's going on in the economy is absolutely insane. And I want to dig a little deeper on top of the conversation. What's up, Dr. Vibe? On top of the conversation that we had a couple of days ago about 106,000 Black women have lost their jobs just last month. And that's more than we've seen in years. That is a record number. And I want to kind of break down what that looks like as I wait for my good girlfriend to get her stuff together so she can come and have a conversation with me. But for all of those who are on here watching, I just want to, shout you out. Where are you watching from? Because I know that we have people that watch from all over the world. And I want to know where you all are watching from, because I know we have people, that watch from China and Europe and all that. We're on, okay, you in Germany. See, I knew we had people from all over the world. I know that, I want to make sure that we recognize you. Sorry, my mind went blank. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start the conversation. So listen, y'all, this is extremely important, and I thought this was interesting because as we talked about 106,000 Black women losing their jobs just last month. I don't know if you also read, because this is not on the news. Over 48,000 Black men gained jobs last month. Now, Black women in federal workforce have dropped 33% in 1 year. Black women, let me say that again. Black women in the federal workforce has dropped 33% in 1 year. If that doesn't make you pause, you ain't paying attention, because this is not just about economics, y'all. This is about eviction from jobs, from opportunity, and from stability. This is by design. But we are not victims. We are visionaries. And today, I want to talk to you all, because this is not, what affects Black women also affects Black men, affects Black households, affects Black community. So if you think that we're winning on one end and we're losing on another end, and that somehow is a win for us, it's not. What does Jay-Z said? Nobody wins when a family feuds. We all need to be productive and moving forward and not backwards. So we're going to talk about how to pivot, how to prosper, and how to take our power back. Do you guys know anyone? Does anybody on here know anyone who's lost their job over the last month, or since the new administration over the last quarter? Any of you? What's up? I need it from the DMV. Okay, am I invited? I'm invited to come visit Germany. That's what's up. What's up, Kale from Compton? It is unfortunate that happened, but sometimes this is what it takes for people to wake up. I agree. What's up, Dallas in the house? I think Black women are like to get somebody. They're like get somebody. Is that why you think Black women are losing their jobs? Is because they like get somebody else to do it? No, you haven't seen any. You haven't heard of any Black women losing their jobs. I'm in the DMV. And it's a disproportionate number of Black women who are losing their jobs. So let me just talk to you first about the sectors that are driving where Black men are getting jobs. That's in healthcare. That's in transportation and warehousing. So truck drivers, your forklift driver, more of your blue collar workers, but also in finance. That's where we're seeing a lot of Black men are getting hired, in automation and tech support, things like that. So the biggest hit, y'all, are federal jobs. And it is crazy in the DMV. Let me tell you why. Black women are being exited from these roles. 33% reduction since this Trump came into office. 33% for Black women in federal. That's compared to a 3.7% drop across the general workforce. These were jobs, you guys, that gave Black people stability, that gave us health care, that gave us retirement, that gave us generational wealth. Black women, we built families on these federal checks. They bought homes. Now we're starting to see more homes in the DMV go up for sale. And this is across the country, right? This paid tuition for our children. So when these jobs disappear, wealth also disappears with them. I don't know if you know, but at the average federal work salary, now only 6% of African Americans make six figures. But the average federal work salary, do you guys know what it is? The average salary of a federal employee. Do you guys know what an average salary of a federal employee is? What's up, Karen? The average salary of a federal worker is $106,000. No, $106,000, C. White. And in the DC area, it's $137,000. So these people were getting paid well. They were getting paid well. And so when you think about everything that's happened with the administration thus far, it feels like it's very anti-Black, that it was Black specifically targeted. Think about that. First thing they come after is DEI. That's supposedly black focused, black targeted. But a lot of black women, even though we weren't in these we weren't in the roles that DEI supported. We were in a lot of the roles, the DEI departments. A lot of African American women were in these DEI departments that have since been eliminated. And so you have only 6% of African Americans make over six figures, but 137,000 average federal employee in DC, in the DMV area. Okay, so the average black household is about 54,000. Here it's over 100,000. Okay, 40.5% of black households in the DMV earn six figures. That's great, but that was due to federal employment access. And the reason why this stat is so critical is because the job loss is devastating. It's not just income for a lot of people, it's their lifeline. Think about this. If our highest earners are being cut specifically, so you have Doge going in, ripping out these departments, displacing, unemploying people, firing people, how is that good for the economy? Our safety nets are shrinking. DEI programs are being rolled back. Again, we know that we were not overwhelmingly benefiting from it, but we did benefit. So we have a decision to make as black people. We're going to wait on the system that never had us in mind, that specifically target the 92% who didn't vote for this administration. And you got to think about this. This administration is very clear on only helping and only supporting his people. He's caused so much divisiveness in this country. I saw somewhere, I think I saw on, it was some kind of meme or it was something real or something. They said, when you look at China, you don't hear China being divided. China is one nation. The United States is divided. Liberals versus conservatives. There are two very different nations going on here. That's further perpetuated by the administration. Donald Trump fuels the flames of this is the divided states of America. This is not the United States of America. And it's been divided since the inception of this country, and it's only getting worse, progressively getting worse and worse and worse. Think about that. Because when you had the North versus South, you had the Confederate versus the Yankees. I don't want to call them Yankees, but you know what I'm saying. What was it? Oh my God, it's right on the tip of my tongue. It was divided back then. Southern states versus the northern states. Somebody put it in the comments because now I didn't forgot. Put it in the Union Army, right? So you had this division from the inception of the country. Okay. You've always had this sort of divide, and then the division was based upon racism throughout the inception of this country, and it's further continued. It hasn't slowed down. Literally, we've just been asleep over the last 50 years. We've just been in slumber over the last 50 years, and that's really what it was. And so now we're seeing the effects. This is going to be the very thing that breaks down, that destroys the United States, is people are so caught up with the divisiveness and the racism that they're destroying the country. Because what does unemployment, how does this help the economy? How does people unemployed help the economy? That's a burden on the system. Now they need unemployment benefits. Then, oh, by the way, you pay into unemployment benefits. This is not free money. But like Laurel said, they're actively trying to engineer a second civil war. Who was going to fall for it? Who is going to fall for it? But you have to think about all the things that are in play, and ask yourself this. First of all, this is the time to monetize your skills. This is time to build your personal brands. This is the time to turn your side hustles into a business. Just like Tiara said yesterday, Boyce said that everybody, even if you have a job, you should be selling something. Don't have all your eggs in one basket. I was talking to someone the other day I was talking to one of my clients, and she was saying how, she was strapped for cash, but she has assets. And I said, at least you have that, because if she didn't have assets, she would be in a whole lot of trouble. So if you have assets in those times of trouble, now, mind you, happened to me. Let me be transparent. 2022, I lost over $1 million when I went through my divorce. Had I not had other streams of income, it would have devastated my life and my children's life. But because I was able to because I had other things going on, I was okay. I was able to recover. But most of you who only have one stream of income, if a disaster strikes, because Ecclesiastes 11:2 says, have 7 or 8 revenue streams in case of a disaster, make at least 7 to 8 investments. So ask yourself this: if you lost your job today, what's your backup? What is your skill that you haven't monetized? Who's already asking you for your help? Think about all of those things. Black women were hired in droves. When you think about a lot of these Black women who were in these jobs, they had been in these jobs 20 and 30 years. They had been there. These are our mothers. These are our aunties that have been in these jobs. These are the places in here in this area specifically, but this is happening all because federal jobs are not just in the DC area. But this is where black women specifically got a leg up, got a lot of opportunity. But what is next? Think about this house divided, because a win for one person is not a win for everybody. So while 48,000 Black men were able to get hired onto jobs, and oh, by the way, they were not high paying jobs, Black women were losing. And when you talk about Black wealth, and Black wealth is really based upon what's happening in the household. The reason why Black wealth is so low is because Black households are divided. A lot of our households don't have a mother and a father in it. And when you don't have both, when you don't have two household incomes, then that's why we're at the bottom when it comes to Black wealth. We got to start not even just cohabitating, but we got to start coming together as a community. Marriage is not just about love. It's not just about the children. It is a business. It is something that you build together. Get the partner that you want, that you love, that you can tolerate, that you care for, that you can spend the rest of your life with, to build something great. My son said to me, I don't even tell you what my son said, but basically, if you have somebody who can help and not hurt, think about how far you can go with your wealth. Think about it. I heard, you hear these dumb podcasters who talk about how being married is not a benefit to men. And actually, it's actually not when you look at it statistically, it's not really a big benefit actually to women, because women who are married, they actually live less. They live they're shorter lives. Women work harder when they're married, because not only are they taking care of themselves, taking care of their husbands, taking care of their household, and they're taking care of their children. Men are actually benefit because now they have a partner. Now some of the burden is taken off of them. That's actually the reality. And then when you have, on both sides, when you have like women talking about, I only want a man to make 6 figures. I want to, and you have this Kevin Samuels nonsense talking about this high value man, that really doesn't exist in a whole throughout the United States, because only 6% of Black people actually make 6 figures. So where does that really, how does that really benefit us? So really quick, as I want to continue the conversation, I just want to share with you the Grow Your Money Club. The reason why I do this is because I want to be able to help give you skill sets that will set you apart so that you're not stuck holding the bag. So check this out. Have you joined the Grow Your Money Club yet? If not, why not? The Grow Your Money Club is a comprehensive program designed to take you through the complete wealth building journey. We don't just offer random courses, we guide you along a clear path, starting with fixing your credit and becoming a certified credit expert, to building your business, increasing your cash flow, diversifying your portfolio, and ultimately letting your money work for you. With over 30 trainings designed to increase your net worth, you get to either purchase the trainings individually or go through the 12-month roadmap. Here are just a few of the courses. From campus to cash flows, this is teaching your children to become real estate investors. The Wealth Map training shows you how to eliminate your debt, increase your credit, and diversify your revenue streams. You can learn to write your book using ChatGPT. Learn how to build your online community. What about 8 ways to make money using AI? Oh, and here's 7 online revenue streams to fund your $1 million dream. How about learning how to purchase tax deeds or land banks? What about getting started in government contracting? If you're a rookie, the Real Estate for Rookies training has everything you need. The Business Blueprint training will help you build your business foundation, get business credit, get business funding, and learn how to pay yourself so that you can scale your business to the next level. Or perhaps you want to create jaw-dropping video content using CapCut, Midjourney, and ChatGPT. There are so many trainings and master classes within the Grow Your Money Club, and I also drop one new training per month. You do not want to miss out on this opportunity to invest in yourself, because guess what? You are your biggest commodity. You are your biggest investment. Join the Grow Your Money Club today. I'm reading you guys' comments, and I think it's funny. Check this out. So, yeah, John, yep, 105K. That's the average salary of a federal worker. Somebody is like, we in the wrong business. But if 33% of Black women lost their jobs in the federal, in the private sector, or in the public sector, in the public sector, which is the government, where does that leave us, right? So yeah, they don't want us to work. And you think about it. So I was actually getting to a point, but I forgot it. But when you think about how Trump, he only looks out for his people, and not really even that, right? Because I don't know if you guys seen how low income people are their taxes are increasing while the wealthy's taxes are decreasing significantly. How he promised that tips weren't going to be taxed and overtime wasn't going to be taxed, and yet it's still happening. But he doesn't care, because 92% of y'all didn't vote for him. So where do we target? We go after DEI. We go after the federal workforce. We know that a disproportionate amount of Black women work for the federal government. Where's the first place? Who's the first people we attack? Our enemies. Now, it's crazy that as the president, your enemies are within. You're supposed to be the president of the whole country, and you're supposed to be protecting the entire country. And for you to be at war with your citizens is insane. But again, that is part of the destruction of the country. So Karen, I believe that. I mean, I don't understand how unemployment helps. When you look at Doge and their spending and what they talked about, this ongoing fraud that there was, and there is a lot of wasteful spending, but it's not fraudulent. And so, Elon used the term fraud, which they hadn't found fraud, but there has been a lot of wasteful spending. I don't want I don't want you guys to be taxing me for all this shit, and then we paying for stupid ass shit. But now you're cutting services that are needed. Medi-Cal, you want the people to go to Twitter to access their Medi-Cal. I mean, it's crazy, and there's so much fraud that's happening inside the federal government with this. I don't even want to talk about the planes. I mean, it's just crazy, right in our faces. He don't give a damn. But Sandra said, my nephew owns his own business, which is finance. He lives in Rhode Island. This is what I want to say. They want us back in factories making $12 an hour. And that's where, and when you think about that, when he talked about the manufacturing jobs, y'all, that he's trying to bring back, and he's trying to deport the and oh, by the way, y'all seen that bullshit, right? Where he's trying to deport, or he's trying to bring in these South Africans. And I know I showed it to y'all the other day, but let me show you this video that I did the other day, because I think this is so important, and it's telling about where the priorities are of the federal government in terms of who they're helping, who they're choosing to help, and who they're choosing to hurt. And this is, again, by design. Like, if you have the money to bring over South Africans on a private jet, and you give them land to farm, and these are people who pillaged South Africa, and you're saying that there's all this wasteful spending, but you're spending money on this, is absolutely insane. But let me just show you this video real quick. And if I do these Black History Month spotlights all the time, but I just want to show you this, because this is something that definitely needs to be known, shared, seen, and everything else. All right, so listen, check this out. You heard the U.S. is bringing in white South African refugees. They're calling it racial discrimination. But the real story, it's about Black South Africans finally getting their land back. And the people who built wealth off of their suffering are calling justice a threat. Now let's talk about it. South Africa isn't just a country with a painful past. It's a country where violence was law. From 1948 to 1994, apartheid was a full-blown system of state-sponsored terrorism against Black people. Under apartheid, Black South Africans were stripped of their citizenship. They were forced into segregated, impoverished homelands. They were required to carry passbooks just to move around their own land. They were beaten, jailed, and murdered for daring to exist outside their assigned boxes in their country. Now, let me paint the picture more clearly.
In Sharpeville, police opened fire on peaceful protests, burning passbooks. 69 people were killed, most shot in the back. In Soweto, kids marched against being forced to learn in Afrikaans. Police responded by killing hundreds of school children. And all the while, white South Africans built generational wealth on stolen land, stolen labor, and stolen futures. By the time apartheid ended in 1994, white South Africans, just 10% of the population, still controlled over 70% of the land. Meanwhile, the Black majority was left with poverty, trauma, and barren land. Now, Black South Africans are saying enough is enough. They're demanding land expropriation without compensation, reclaiming the land stolen during colonialism and apartheid without paying the thieves back. But suddenly, white farmers are crying racial discrimination. And the Trump administration, they picked up the narrative and spun it to paint them as victims, calling them refugees, opening the doors to the U.S. not for the oppressed, but for the ones who benefited from oppression. Now, let me be clear. There's no law in South Africa targeting white people for being white. There's no persecution, just accountability. What we're witnessing is the legacy of colonialism being confronted. And for some people, justice feels like a threat. But this isn't reverse racism. This is restoration. This is reckoning. And baby, when you built your life on stolen land, truth will always feel uncomfortable. But we're not here to protect comfort. We're here to tell the truth, because you can't heal what you won't face. Now drop a black fist in the comments.
So this is where they choose to spend their money. So while they're eliminating jobs by citizens, they're spending their money on using private jets to fly white South African oppressors who murdered children to this country, or maybe they didn't murder them, but their people murdered children, Black children, for not wanting to speak Afrikaans. Now they're here on American soil, and they're going to be given land that they can farm. Reminds me of the Homestead Act of 1862. The Homestead Act of 1862 was where white people got land, 43 million acres of land for free to farm, and Black people got nothing. Here's another example of this happening in modern day. So when we talk about, I seen some Black idiot on Joe Budden. I forget his name. I just seen a clip where Mark Lamont Hill was on there, and he was saying, "So do you believe in reparations?" And dude was saying, "Nah, I don't believe in handouts." Handouts. So you work for free, and that's a handout. When white people have been the biggest benefactors of what, let me show y'all another video real quick. I just need you to walk with me. I'm sorry. Let me show you another video where white people have been the biggest benefactors of welfare in this country,
Black history,
since the inception of this country. Let me find this other video. I just want to show y'all real quick. Please hold on. Just bear with me. Let me see where my videos. And oh, by the way, I do a lot of these Black history videos because I just want to bring awareness. The reason why I started doing them is because, I want to give the big FU to the Trump administration because they were taking Black history out of the schools. But and I wanted to share real Black history, what it really is. And so let me see. Let me see which one. Is it this? Is it under this or... Okay, it's not that. So I have reels and I have videos, so it might be under the videos. But I just want to show y'all who benefited from welfare, because they try to act like we are the ones. I have some good shit on here, y'all. That's not on this one either, because this is, hold on. It's not under this, it's under my reel. My bad, y'all. Hold on. Bear with me 1 second. Kind of impromptu. Oh, this one right here. 6 ways white people benefited from welfare. Okay, I want y'all to pick up what I'm putting down.
Let's talk about who really benefited from welfare in America, because for decades, they made us the face of welfare. But the truth is, white America has been the biggest benefactor of government handouts since the inception of this country. And today, we're going to set the record straight. The original welfare program was America. This country was built on free black labor. For over 200 years, white wealth was accumulated off the backs of enslaved Africans, people who were never paid, never compensated, and never made whole. While we were working for free, white slave owners were passing down land, businesses, and wealth for generations. And after slavery ended, guess who got the payouts? Not us, them. In DC alone, slave owners received up to $300 per free slave for their lost property. That's reparations for the oppressors. Number 2, the Homestead Act of free land, but not for us. In 1862, the government gave away 270 million acres of land for free. That land went to over 1.6 million white families. It was a generational wealth seed planted by the federal government, but black folks were yet excluded again. You needed access, resources, and protection to claim that land, and we weren't given any of that. Meanwhile, we're out here trying to survive off of the promised 40 acres and a mule that never came. Number 3, the GI Bill. Same war, different treatment. When our men came home from World War II, they came back heroes. At least they should have been. The GI Bill was supposed to provide education, housing, and business support for veterans. But guess what? Black soldiers were denied access, turned away from colleges, and redlined out-of-home loans. Meanwhile, white vets built the suburbs, bought homes, and sent their kids to school on the government dime. Number 4, FHA and VA loans, creating the white middle class. From the 1930s to the 1960s, 98% of FHA loans were to white families. That's how white America built their middle class. Black people were locked out through redlining, racial covenants, and flat-out discrimination. We paid taxes into those programs too, but we didn't get the benefits. Number 5, the New Deal, but not for the Negro. Social Security, unemployment insurance, minimum wage protections, all part of Roosevelt's New Deal, right? Except domestic and agricultural workers were excluded. Who were most of those workers? You guessed it, Black people. That was no accident. That was policy. And number 6, modern day corporate welfare. Now check it out. Today we still see it. Billion-dollar corporations getting tax breaks, subsidies, and bailouts. Meanwhile, guess what? They telling y'all Black people to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. We never even had the boots. They got the boots, the blueprint, the land, the loan, and the legislation to support it. We paid the highest cost, contributed the most labor, and received the least return. Yet we still wait on our reparations while they've been receiving theirs for centuries. So the next time somebody tries to talk slick about who's really living off the government, remind them, Black folks didn't fail. We were locked out. But here's the thing. We're not victims. We're visionaries. And now that we know the truth, we build smarter, we grow stronger, and we take back what's ours by any legal
means necessary. That's what I was going to say. Now drop a Black fist in the comments and share that. So I have all of these Black History Spotlights on my TikTok page, I am Constance Carter, and on my Facebook business page, I am Constance Carter, and then I think on my Instagram page too. But take a look at them. I have the playlist on there. Just binge watch. On my YouTube page too. Binge watch these because there's a lot of great information out there that I really want us to understand, because it's important that we know where we came from, why we're in the position that we're in, so that we can know how to forge forward in the future. Ooh, forward. This, you like the alliteration, the forward in the future. But this is all very important information so that we can know how to insulate ourselves. This is not by happenstance. Oh, all of a sudden, the 92% of the people who voted against Trump now are out of jobs. 106,000 Black women are out of jobs. So that there's a real problem. Okay. We are in a new economy. AI is shifting everything. We were all able to work remotely in 2020. In 2019, 2020, I bought a commercial building. And then people stopped, of course, COVID happened. And then after that, people stopped coming into the offices. So that's what happened. We had a ton of people able to work from home. Trump hates people working from home. And actually it shows that they don't care about the data. We're more productive when we work from home. So now they're rolling all of that back. They wanted to make it uncomfortable for the people who worked in these capacities. People were sitting outside working. People were working in their cars. People were working on card tables. People were working in the janitorial closets because they wanted them to, because they don't have enough room. And so they wanted to make it uncomfortable. Again, disproportionately, Black women were employed in these federal, and of course, Black men too, right? Black people were employed in the federal government. Black women lost 106,000 jobs last month. So you got to think about it. This is There's opportunity, right? Because in every crisis, there still is currency, but you got to move with strategy. Layoffs are targeting us. The question is, what are you going to do about it? That's the question I have for you. For those of you who work jobs, 9-to-5 jobs, what are you going to do? What you going to do when they come for you? Like Erykah Badu says. What are you going to do? That's what I want to know. Do you have a plan B? And I'm asking you, this is not a rhetorical question. I'm asking you, are you prepared if your job lays you off? Do you have a plan B? Terry said racism is malleable. It can be formed and shaped into anything to negatively affect things we desire to become a free people. It must be the only way they can stay in power. And you think about this, and while you guys are answering, because I need to know what you're going to do when they come for you. But you think about this. After the Civil War, Black people had 19 million acres of land, and now we have less than 1%. We don't own land anymore. When we did own land, they took the land from us illegally. They foreclosed on the land. They did things called urban renewal, where they put freeways through our communities, our thriving communities. They bombed, burned down. They did all that stuff. And all we were trying to do was just live in peace. But you notice when you see Karens, this is in their nature. They don't mind their motherfucking business. So when you see Karens that are getting up in your business, this is what they're used to doing. So when we minding our Black business and we're minding our Black business, they want to disrupt us. They want to be, what are you guys doing over there? Why are you guys prospering? They want to come and burn shit down. That's what pisses me off. I'm sorry if I curse, but that makes me mad right there. It's like all we trying to do is live in peace. We ain't trying to overthrow you. We ain't trying to bother you. Just leave us the hell alone and allow us to live and thrive in peace. But you got to come and put your nose in our business and try to destroy our shit. And that's what they've done constantly over the course of this country. We just trying to mind our Black business and mind our Black business. Oh, by the way, this shirt is available in conversationtees.com. Thank you very much. But that's all we trying to do, yo. And I mean, every time we take 2 steps forward, they push us 10 steps back all the time. And so I want to know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you getting ready to do, Jahari? Thank you, conversationtees.com. What are you getting ready to do, Jahari? You're getting ready to do what? You're going to create new jobs doing LLC. Awesome. What type of job, Dennis? Sorry, Karen. I'm sorry, baby. you caught a stray for no reason. You caught a stray. Sorry, sweetie. But what are y'all gonna do? What are you going to do if you get caught holding the bag? What happened in 2020 where a lot of people lost their jobs when COVID hit? You got caught holding the bag. So what are you gonna do different? I need to know. Oh. I'm getting ready to mind my own business. Beautiful. What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? This is not a rhetorical question. I need feedback. Oh, I didn't know I had a meeting. I have a meeting. Yeah. You need to do something. You need to do something. This is the reason why I come live. I'm an impact-based business. Okay. Game changer. What's your suggestion? That's why I come here every day. I just want to, I don't come here I don't want y'all to hate nobody because I don't hate anybody. I honestly don't. You gonna cry? You gonna cry the car, TC? But I'm not trying to start up, in any ill feelings towards anybody at all. That's not why I do this. I just want to I want to get you guys as motivated as I am to change the trajectory of your life. I want to get everybody as motivated as I am to change the trajectory of your life. You have been lied to. You have been bamboozled, hoodwinked, run amok. If you believe in the system or if you depended on the system, it has all been a lie, and the lies are coming to the surface. And now we are seeing the result of the lies with the fallout, with all of the the fraud going on in our faces with the current administration. We become good wives and mothers again and support husbands and sons. Okay. So are the husbands going to be the ones that are going out into the field and working, and we're going to stay home? Are you guys going to support the household? Because it's easy to say what Black women need to do, but what about Black men? See, this is not a divisive conversation. This is a conversation to bring everybody together to say collectively, what can we do to put ourselves in better positions? Terry said he's going to increase the number of notary signings appointments per day and placing much of his money in stock shares. That's what I'm doing. Good, because he's working, but not only is he working, he's investing. So you're not spending. If you're not spending all your money, you should be investing. I was just having a conversation with my son the other night just about, what's going on in the market. And he studies the market, do this, he's smart as shit. But again, he was like, Mom, right now, it's what you need to be investing in. Right now, we need to be investing. If we're saving, if we're building, you got to diversify. That's what the Bible says, diversify into 8 investments. Have 8 revenue streams, because you never know when a disaster strikes. So not only are you getting more, and how do you get more? You need to have more revenue streams. You need to have another source. Do you have something to sell? Do you have a product or a service? You have an intellectual property. You have a unique genius. Scratch a lie, find a thief. Investing in this, absolutely. Listen, Warren Buffett said you don't buy when everybody's selling. You sell when everybody's buying. You buy when everybody's selling. So if everybody's selling right now, if the market is down, this is when you need to be buying. You don't buy high, you buy low. Absolutely. TC said, I have a plan B, but it honestly feels too exhausting to push the B while holding on to the A. Hopefully my savings and investments will help me keep me until shifting to B. I understand, brother or sister. I really understand. But that is the reason why it is so important that we do things, that we have this life, that we do things while we're sleeping. Last night in Net 7, I do Net 7 Collective, right? So last night we had, we do a meditation before. And the meditation was really, it was a visualization exercise. And what I talked about was, just creating this life, like you envisioning yourself being this person, and you waking up wherever you want to wake up, and you're living in the house that you want to live in, and you're doing the things that you want to do, and your life is just fulfilled, and you're helping people. And how does that feel in your heart and all this stuff, right? So this is what we're talking about. And the thing about it is, people were saying, waking up in your dream home and looking around and see, that's the life, y'all, that I live right now. I'm blessed. I wake up every day. I do what I want to do. I come and talk to you guys. That's a beautiful thing. I love it. I don't have to worry. If I wanted to get up and go somewhere, I can get up and go somewhere and do whatever I wanted to do. I'm in my dream home, even though it's a fixer upper, even though I'm doing stuff, I can look out the window and I see the golf course and I see the deer, and I'm living and I'm effectuating change in people's life. It's possible for everybody to get there and live life in fulfillment, in abundance. Do you want to be living, or do you want to just be existing? That's what I want to know. Where are you? Do you want to be living, or do you want to just be existing? Because if you're working for someone and you are always afraid that you could lose your job at any given time, and no one understands that there are no guarantees. Just like the CEO of that healthcare that got murdered last year by Luigi. Within the day, his job was on LinkedIn. Even the CEO. Nobody is exempt. So if you died today, they would have your replacement by noon, or at least be looking for your replacement. Their ship doesn't stop because you do. But yet we sacrifice years and years and years on other people's ideas and their dreams. Why don't you do it for yourself? We got to get to a place where we start making our own money. And I understand that everybody can't be an entrepreneur, but you can sell something. You would have another revenue stream. You have an idea that can be profitable that somebody will pay handsomely for. Absolutely. You have a market of people that you can market to. Even if somebody else does what you do, they're not you. You can create something. There's been an idea that you've had in your life, in your mind, that you've been wanting to do forever, and you don't know how to do it. You don't know how to get it out. You're an ideation person. This is your time to pivot. This is your moment. I mentioned the other day that my sister lost her job. So she was paralyzed. Now we're totally opposite. My sister is a wonderful person. Love her. Great heart. We're totally opposite. She does everything by the book. Your girl be in the gray. Right? I mean, I do it by the book. I don't do nothing illegal, but I skid on some things to make sure, I know how to figure out things that are a little bit more difficult than most people. I don't do anything illegal or unethical, but she's very black and white, right? Like, for example, when we were young, we would go to Sizzlers, all you could eat. I'm like, I'm eating off your plate. Now that might be a little illegal. I don't know. We was young. Or I ain't want to pay for no soda. I bring my own soda in. A little ghetto, a little hood. I'm 19, 20 years old. My sister's like, no, we gotta pay. But here she is doing everything by the book. Did all the right things. And when she lost her job just last month, 2 months ago, when she was told she was getting laid off, she was in a shock. So what are you gonna do? She's like, I don't know. I'm shocked. You're shocked that a job would lay you off? Why would you be shocked? At some point, you thought you were gonna be there for the rest of your life. At some point, you knew this could happen. Why were you so dependent upon them? Why did you trust them so much to think that they wouldn't lay you off? She's like, I don't know. She was just in shock. She had like 2 months to prepare. I said, this is great. It's a great opportunity for you. What are you going to do? She's like, I don't know. What's your next? So for you, if you get laid off today, black man, black woman, what is your next? What are you going to do next? What are you going to do next? Lovely JR said, I'm creating the 8 income streams after attending the Bring Your Idea to Life workshop. I'm starting with my first. Hey, Lovely JR, I'm doing another Bring Your Idea to Life workshop coming up on the 23rd. I'm doing that. I'm doing another one because for moments like this, where this is so necessary, you have to invest in this right here so that you can have an output. But most people will not invest. Only 1% of Americans will actually invest in something that's going to help them. Mostly everybody is living and doing 85%, I think, of college graduates operate in jobs that they don't like. Everyone is just existing. But when are you going to start living? So you invested in yourself. Kudos to you, Lovely JR. I'm so proud of you for doing that. We did a 2-day workshop where we got down to the nitty-gritty and you had a concept in your mind and we brought it to life. Teresa said, I heard this a long time ago. You are as good as your last shift. Ooh. And at any given moment, it can all be taken away from you. When your life is in somebody else's hands, at any given moment, it can be taken away from you. So I'm doing this training on the 23rd. It's an all-day training. You get to work directly with me. We are in session. We are in class. We are in a Zoom. We are talking. And I am telling you how to articulate, how to create your business. You bring your idea. You have an idea. So take it from ideation to manifestation. We're gonna make it happen right here on the spot. Somebody said, let me show you a video I did that was Lovely JR's. I did 2 of them so far. Lives have been impacted. She said she's creating her 8 revenue streams. I told her how to I'm so excited about the people who are operating in their gifts. And that's why I come here. And this is why I do this. I always try to figure out ways because I see the problems. I see what's going on in America. How can I help? How can I add value to your life? And this is the reason why I create this stuff. The Bring Your Idea to Life training was originally a 2-day training. Some of the students had an idea in their mind. They weren't sure what they wanted to do. They had a business that they wanted to really get off the ground, or they had a business that they wanted to scale and grow. Don't listen to me. Listen to what they had to say about their experience in the training.
I came with just an idea. I really didn't know how or what to do. I walked away with not only knowing what I came in with, but what I was able to accomplish while I'm here in my next steps.
It really take me out of my comfort zone. Although I have all these passion about specifically something that I wanted to create, I didn't know where to go. And this training actually helped me to take whatever was in my head, put it on paper, forced me to do what I didn't expect I was gonna do. I thought I was just gonna come and just follow a lecture. I didn't know I was gonna do step by step, and at the end of it, create something that I could actually start working on.
This workshop has been really, informative and transformational. It's not just informational; it has actionable steps that you can do. And like throughout this whole workshop, Constance always see where we were at, asking like, why would we buy? Helping us crystallize our offer, helping us, have more clarity and be able to articulate our offering and our vision and what we can, provide. And, I recommend this workshop. It's really, it has been transformational, and I'm thankful for signing up.
So listen, seating is limited because I can only take so many people in this training with me by myself. However, I want to help you get from ideation to manifestation to monetization. So you need to sign up for the training, and let's bring your idea to life.
Let's bring your idea to life. You have an idea. Let's get off the corporate plantation, y'all. Listen, do you want to get to a place where you are helping somebody, where your life is fulfilled? Like, I could die today, literally, and I'll be happy. And I won't be happy that I could die and left my kids, but I'll be happy because I served and I've helped so many people to be able to realize their dreams. We in the Net 7 meeting last night, one of the ladies was saying now she owns 7 books. Did you see that, Jahari? She's on 7 books. She's 7 books and she's been with me. We're writing children's books right now. All of us were writing children's books inside Net 7. But one of the things that she said, so last week, she was getting ready to do a pitch. And so we sat down and she did her pitch in front of us. And I was like, that's not a pitch, that's a presentation. And so we talked to her, and then we all contributed to it. And she was saying how she didn't even realize she actually was one of the winners. So they had 3 winners and she was in second place. And that's just by having that community. But one of the things she said last night, and she said, listen to Constance, y'all. When she tells you how to articulate your value, it works. I got business, it works. I teach them that inside this 1-day training. So you get that inside the 1-day training where we'll go through your business, how to create your business, how to create your brand, and then how to articulate your value so that you know how to go to the next steps. So how do you get information? Go to bringyouridea2life.com. Please bring up the banner. That's how you sign up for it. It's the 23rd. Don't miss this. Right now, again, you got to get off the corporate plantation. So, and I appreciate you, lovely JR. She said she's spreading the word about my upcoming workshop. Thank you for being there. Thank you for participating. I literally, lovely JR, and I didn't even know her name is Josephine. I didn't even know who she was, because she's been watching, right? So I didn't even know that she was who she was. But literally, she didn't have an idea at all. She didn't have no idea. She had several things that she was kind of floating in the air, but she had nothing. And by the time she was done, not only did she have an idea, she had a business, and then she knew how to articulate it. And she just said, I'm creating 8 income streams after attending my training. That's 1 day with me. Get off the corporate plantation. Stop being dependent upon them. What is your next? How are you going to pivot? How are you going to shift? I don't need to sell you this. This doesn't make me rich. I'm trying to help y'all out. Really, I am. I'm good. I'm doing everything that I want to do in life, and I want to help you to be able to get there too. So that's the reason why I'm doing this training. That's the reason why I'm doing the Bring Your Idea to Life. And it's just, it's not as big as, because my passion is the Net 7 Collective, where I help and I coach Black women and cultivate them. And I am completely invested. And it's a program that, we meet twice a week. Well, we meet once a week, and then once every other Monday we're in action. We're doing study hall. We're in execution mode. I'm completely enthralled and investing in those ladies. And we have such a unique and beautiful group of women from all over the country, from all walks of life. And they're just killing it all over the place. But here is your this is your entry point to get an idea that you've had for a long time that somebody is going to pay you for. They will pay you handsomely for your unique intellectual property, your genius. You do not need money. You need a strategy. So stop waiting until the stars are in alignment. Everything is perfect. No, wait. I'm not ready because this is not perfect and that's not perfect. I want to make sure that all the stars are in alignment before I do anything. No, you deserve it. What is this? What's the definition of insanity? Because I know you've been doing the same thing over and over again, but you expecting the same or the different results. That's the definition of insanity. So in order to have something different, you got to do something different. So invest in yourself, invest the time, the resources, the energy in doing something different so that you could change your life. I just want to encourage you today. I don't want you to be stuck like them 106,000 people, women that lost their jobs. Like I'm again, DMV, right? So I just moved to the DMV. Houses in these communities that had never in this country club community called Oak Creek, which is right around the corner from me. One house was for sale last year. Now they have so many houses for sale right now because of this very thing. And these are all $1 million homes. I can't tell you how many $1 million homes are for sale. These are Black people. You couldn't get into these neighborhoods before. But now what's going on with the Trump administration and what's going on with these people that are losing their jobs? So now it's time for you to pivot and think about and get in front of it before it happens. Be proactive and not reactive. So the 23rd, next week, I'm taking my whole Saturday. And you guys know this is summertime. This is outside season. Your girl likes to be outside on a Saturday. But I'm taking my Saturday to share with you so that I can help you to get in position so that you can bring your idea to life, so that you could do something different, so that you can make an impact, so you can create a legacy. Not only do you create a legacy, but you pass it. Wealth is not, you don't want your wealth to be one generational. First of all, you want to be able to build wealth, but you don't want it to be one generational. You want to be able to get it, pass it. That's the important thing. So go to Bring Your Idea to Life. It is next Saturday. And I'm going to be showing you all how to get that, to articulate your value. One thing that I do really good is I can show you how to bring your idea and make it palatable so that people will understand it. Anita was there as well. Anita you took the first training, right, Anita? Yep. What's up, Miss Cheryl? She said, I'm new to this channel. I'm greatly appreciative to you for taking the time, providing such vital information. Honestly, I'm very educated. Thank you so much. And yes, I do have an idea, and I'm glad that you're educated. I love educated women. What you hate? You hate what shit? James was in the class. What's up, James? How did you like the class, James? He was in the second class. Why you said don't post, Black Jesus? I'm gonna post it anyway. He said don't post. Great conversation, Constance. I love your energy and Black advice. Have a great day. Oh, you took the second one. You took the 1-day training. Okay, Anita. You took the okay. What's in Nebraska? Oh, we're as Black people, the state of Omaha has just defeated the Republican mayor of 12 years, the first Black Democratic mayor. I didn't know you were. Wait a minute. I thought you was in North Carolina or South Carolina. I didn't know you. Oh, maybe you're just saying in Omaha. That's what's up. Hasm Immortal. He's one of the 48K hired. And on top of that, he owns his own business. That's what I'm talking about. Build your wealth. Build your wealth. Anita says she loved the class. You know, you can take it again. It's another 1-day class. You know, you can take it again. And listen, the 23rd. No, it's on the 24th. Thank you for saying that, Tamara. Thank you. It's actually on the 24th, not the 23rd. My son's birthday is in 23rd. That's why that came up for me. So it's the 24th. And like for those of you who need help, I have Afterpay, Klarna, and what's the other one? All of those payment options. So you have payment options as well if you want to sign up. Those are all available as well. So if you want to sign up for the training, I definitely encourage you to do so. I'll do it again. So, you know, it's not going to be something that's a one-time thing. At first, it was just going to be a one-time. And then it was going to be a second time. So now that I did it and I'm seeing the results, I want to be able to help you guys more. But it probably won't be for a few months. So I won't do it every month, but I will do more of these because I want to help more of us. I want you guys to be able to just wake up and live your life in purpose, on purpose, with purpose, all of that. So, yo, I'm going to get out of here, but definitely go to the Bring Your Idea to Life. Shout out to Miss Inita. Shout out to James Higgs. Shout out to Lovely JR. All the people who were in the training, Naomi, all of you guys that were in the training that watch me every day. I appreciate it. I know that you guys could be anywhere else and you choose to be here with me. And so I definitely appreciate it. For all of you who are just tuning in, because I see it's 600 of y'all that are watching us live right now. And so for those of you who are just tuning in, go back and watch it. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube training. My YouTube channel, because I have a lot of great information and content on there. And if, it'll definitely help give me more visibility and help me to continue to share this information. So you can follow me everywhere at I Am Constance Carter. Please follow me on my YouTube page, on my Facebook page. I Am Constance Carter. I have a lot of great Black history content. I'm going to start doing some more long form. I have a podcast on Spotify and Yahoo podcasts, and everywhere there's podcasts, I'm on there as well. So if you can't, somebody from Sweden over the weekend, she said, hey, I can't see you live, but I download your podcast every day. And so, I'm on the podcast as well. So anywhere you can follow me, please do, and watch this and make sure you share it, because this information is vitally important to the health of our community. It is essentially important to the health of our community. So make sure that you continue to practice collective economics, because that's how we stay insulated. Remember, Asians, lowest voter turnout. They're insulated from these things from happening. Why is that? Because they practice collective economics. Jews have less than 1% of the population and over 50% of the wealth. Why? Because they practice collective economics. They don't do business with anybody outside of our community. And we got to start thinking community first, all that other bullshit later. Remember, when we had to do business with one another during our prime time, the dollar circulated a year before it left the community. Now it's 6 hours. Because when we no longer had to do business with each other, we stopped. But now we got to be very intentional, because it's going to be hard. It's harder to find Black-owned businesses. Only 3% of businesses, brick and mortar businesses in Black communities, are owned by Black people. So we got to start owning our own businesses, and we got to start looking to our businesses first before we do business outside of our community. That is the charge that we got to. During this time, they trying to break us down in every way that they can. And so the only way, remember, J. Edgar Hoover said the biggest threat to America was Negro unity. They need you to be divided in order to conquer. That's the only way that you can conquer, is if you divide somebody. So they've systematically, since the inception of this country, but even after that with COINTELPRO and everything that they've thrown in our communities, have tried to divide us so that they can continue to conquer and keep us oppressed. And we've bought into the narrative, and we've done the things, and we've killed each other, and we've done that. Not as much as you would like to think that we've done that, but we have. So now the conversation is starting to change. Okay, they said our wealth is going to be at zero in 2053, but guess what? We had the biggest growth, and I don't know if you know, CNBC is the only one who reported that our wealth grew more than any other race after COVID. You don't hear that on a lot of mainstream news. So there's good news in the Black community. It's not just bad news. Right now, over the last 50 years, everything that's bad, we're on the top. Everything that's good, we're on the bottom. We're changing narrative. Why? Because we're having the conversations. We're investing in ourselves. We are practicing collective economics. And if you're not doing it where you are, and you're like, oh, Black people don't work together, well, you be the one to do it. It's okay. You be the one to start it. It has to start somewhere. Stop looking at everybody else to save you, because nobody else is coming to save you. You got to be the one to start it. So all the negative things that they said about Black folks, it ain't true. We are truly an anomaly, because even despite of everything that they've thrown in our way, we've thrived. We've continued to thrive. And yeah, we had some hardships over the last several years, a couple of decades, because of the intentional outside influences. But the conversation's changing. So while they up there in the powers of that be, fighting like Crips and Bloods, we gonna mind our Black business, and we minding our Black businesses. That's what we need to be doing. So now it's the great pivot, Black people, Black men and Black women. Don't get too secure with these jobs. Just because 48,000 of you got jobs over the last month, don't get too secure. Last one hired, always the first one fired. Your place is never secured working with somebody else. You got to be willing to step out and bet on yourself, because you are your biggest commodity and you absolutely are your biggest investment. You got to be willing to invest in yourself. And oh, by the way, if you are a Black woman or you know a Black woman, I coach Black women from all over the country, from all walks of life. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Very inspiring. Just hearing all the things that these women are doing is just amazing. We just wrote this book called Unbreakable. I spoke with somebody on the phone. A lady just joined, and one of the ladies that just joined, and she was reading this book, and she said, oh my God. She said, I could not put this book down. But she said page 25. Let me read to you really quick, page 25. She said 25 because she said she highlighted it. It was something about a fire or something. I thought she said page 25. It was it was a couple of, each one of these stories are brilliant, and I taught these ladies how to become authors. That's what I did inside the Net 7 Collective. I helped them to become authors as well. I was teaching them how to articulate their value, and somebody said, hey, we should do an anthology. And we all wrote a book. I can't find the page. Anyway, this was an amazing book. Boom, boom, boom. I appreciate it, Alicia. We got to work together though. So if you are a Black woman or you know a Black woman, we have the Net 7 Collective. And this is where I coach Black women from all, and these are, I'm not the oldest and I'm not the youngest. It's a lot of women who are in their 60s. They're like, what's next? I have a lawyer. She said that she made a lot of money, and she takes a lot of vacations, and she does very well for herself, but she wanted another revenue stream. And I showed her how to get another revenue stream. These women are like, 60-year-old women, 50-year-old women are like, what do I want to do when I grow up? And now as a result of us being in this community, everybody is kicking ass, and it's cool. It's just very motivating and inspiring place to be. And we all love it. And you know what? And I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm not the one who's, I'm not the only teacher in there. Like I'm the leader, but I'm not the only one. We're sharing. It's a collab. And that's the secret sauce, is we're collaborating. And that's the great thing. Like Victoria's Kitchen. She has, if you guys are in Philly, in or around Philly, and we're getting ready to go down there to see her. A lot of the folks on the East Coast are going down to Philly to see Victoria, but Victoria from Victoria's Kitchen, shout out to you, mama. She has this brilliant, and I was just talking to Kindred, the family soul, Fatine from Kindred, and I was like, yo, have you been to Victoria's Kitchen? You need to go out to Victoria's Kitchen. But she has she actually did the Roots picnic a couple of years ago. She's killing it in the game. But a couple of days ago, she, because we have a group meet, and she said, hey, I'm got this great building, and I'm adding another part to my business. What should I do? And so everybody is chiming in, and we're giving her ideas. And that's the culture of the Net 7 Collective, is that I'm not a gatekeeper. It's like, you ain't got to come from me, because I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. I'll tell you that right now. What I know my shit. I know my shit. I just don't know everything. I don't know. And I'm very clear, and I'm okay with that, because I'm so confident what I do know that I allow other people to operate in their greatness. I know how to operate in my strength, and I allow other people to operate in their strengths as well. That's the secret sauce. That's the beautiful thing about that. So if you are a Black woman, or you know a Black woman who would like to be a part of this community, and this is more of a long-term thing where you want me to coach you, go to net7bbs.com. There is an investment in that as well, but there's also some payment options through Afterpay, Klarna, and the other one too. So if you're interested, we could work with you, but I just want to see you in, and I want to see you win. Bars. All right, y'all. I'll talk to you tomorrow, and I'll see you tomorrow. Same.